Everyone says that babies are gifts of God. They're all wrong. Babies are gifts of Satan. I was only 13 when my mother got pregnant with her fourth child. I already had a brother of 6 and a sister of 3. When my mother found out she was pregnant, she was in shock. She didn't want to have another baby, not with my father. She hated my father for leaving us on my birthday. But we were never sure if it was my father who left her pregnant, because he left 2 years before her pregnancy. She locked herself in her room and cried with pain. She always blamed us for her pain. Her pain was so agonizing that it turned her into a violent psychopath. She used to beat my brother. His tedious bruises were so easy to spot. They were all over his body. She told him how he was a useless child, that she should have been aborted. My brother wasn't the only one neglected and beaten. My mother used to lock my sister in a small closet every time she cried. My sister used to stay there for days until my mother remembered that she had her left there. When my sister got pulled out, my mom spanked her for being noisy and annoying. She did horrible things to me too. She let other men touch me for money. It was disgusting. I lost everything. My innocence. None of us could stop her. No one, even if we tried. We feared her. I used to hear her saying at night that the baby was making her do it, and that it was hungry, always hungry, and it needed to feed on flesh. She talked to herself most of the time, and she bragged on how much she loved the baby more than any of us. That day finally happened when she wanted to eat us. First, it was my sister. She strapped us to a chair while she butchered my sister, and we both had to watch her chop her into pieces. Then she cooked her along with carrots and peas, and she ate her. She ate all of her. Her stomach suddenly looked bigger. Now it was my brother's turn. I watched my brother scream and scream, but no one except my mother and I could hear him. She did the same with him and ate him. She only had a little bit left of my brother's meat when she started coughing. Her face turned red, as if she ran out of oxygen, and yelled, "The baby is coming!" She gave birth at the same spot where she ate my siblings. A pool of blood was splattered everywhere on the floor and on the chair. I couldn't move. I wanted to escape. I heard a loud shrieking noise that I guess it came from the baby. It sounded like it said, "Feed me, feed me." I started shaking my chair violently, and I was crying in fear. My mother lifted up the baby and she fed my brother to it. I was screaming and yelling at my mother to stop. She looked at me, and then the baby looked at me. Both were glaring at me. When the baby maliciously grinned, I knew it was my turn.